Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. So my hair is very greasy and we're in my bathroom, so that can only mean one thing. I'm dyeing my hair today. I'm going to be dyeing my hair basically the same colours. I am very low on the black and I'm very low on the blue that I was going to mix with it. So I'm wondering how this is going to come out. But it should be fine because I'm going to try and keep the blue as much as possible. The main thing that I'm doing this for today is because I'm going to be dyeing some tape-in hair extensions. These are obviously quite pink. They would match like underneath here, kind of, if I kind of match the colour a little bit more after topping this up. But I'm wanting them to go onto this side, which obviously isn't going to go very well. So I need to try and get some of the colour out of this first, and then dye them blue. These are Remy Human hair, and I have dyed them myself. So this matched a colour that I had previously about a year ago now. I've mentioned it before, I had like a dodgy haircut after I fried my hair off with bleach. And I got these to like level out the sides of my hair. But these are all the ones that I've left. I think I have 5 sets altogether, so 10 individual tapes, but that makes 5 full pieces altogether. So I'm gonna put that into, ow, my nail. My nails are getting stuck in my hair. I'm gonna put that into like my side shaver area. So if I do this, you can see like how long my side shave has actually gotten, which is ridiculously long. So I'm hoping that these will like camouflage nicely in here. But that does mean I need to make these, get the pink out of these as much as possible first. So I'm going to do like a little bleach run on them. Should hopefully work because the radiators are on, so I'm going to like wrap up in cling film and put it on top of the radiator to hopefully get the heat to process. And then I'm going to put the black and blue concoction over top. And then I'm also going to do my roots, because my roots need doing, because my roots are like pretty bad at this point. Just top that up. For my roots, I'm just going to keep to the blue because this is what the black was. Like if you were here the last time I dyed my hair, this was like a browny black colour and now it's just like a straight up blue. And I don't understand how it got to this blue. It just did. Like I didn't even have much, if at all, any blue underneath it. So I have no idea how it turned out like this, but it did. And I've decided I'm going to keep it anyway because there's no way I'm going to get this blue out. This is such a dark blue and I've been washing my hair with hot water, like not even caring, for the last couple of weeks, and this hasn't budged. The pink has washed out on the ends, but it is still very bright underneath. So like, you know, I don't think we're going to be getting rid of much of this colour. So I have got, oh, dropping dye. I've got Laurish Directions in Ebony, so I've only got like this much left, so that's not a lot. And I've got about the same amount in Laurish Directions in Midnight Blue. So again, kind of the same amount in here. But yes, I've got those 2, and then I've got a tub and a half of Laurish Directions in Cerise, which is the colour I've got on here anyway, which I really liked. This did stain a bit though, so I'm worried about that. And the blue and the ebony stained quite a bit as well, so I'm not looking forward to that at all. But I'm going to start with bleaching the little hair tapes first. Need to mix up my bleach and then we'll get on to that. I have got some True Light Rapid Blue powder bleach. This stuff isn't dust free, and it kind of gets in your lungs a little bit, so be careful with that. I'm just going to not breathe for a second whilst I put this in the bowl. The scoops are this big, it's actually very small. Usually my normal scoop's like twice the size of that. So I'm doing about 3 to 3.5 scoops of that powder bleach. It's already getting up my nose. And then I've got 20 volume peroxide. This is just the Salon Services Pro, I think, from Sally's. If you're new to like bleaching your hair, first of all, go to a professional. But if you're doing it yourself at home, just kind of go slowly, add little by little, or actually just measure it out with the same scoop that you've used for the bleach and just do equal parts. I do tend to add in a little bit more. I kind of do like 1.5 to 1, so 1.5 cream and 1% powder. Those tend to be what I go for. I'm excited to do this today with my new camera because the last hair dyeing videos, all the hair dyeing videos I've ever done, I've always missed out on footage. I've always lost footage. You know, I thought I was recording when I wasn't, things like that, because I couldn't see what I was doing, and now that I can see what I'm doing, it should be a lot better, hopefully. So we'll see. The thicker the bleach is, technically the more effective it is because it doesn't dry out as quickly, and bleach needs to stay wet in order to process. If you make it too thin, it dries out very quickly and then it doesn't work anymore, because bleach needs heat and it needs to be wet. So if it dries out, it's not going to do anything. And I'm mixing up a lot more than what I usually would. Obviously I'm only doing my roots, but I'm also going to be putting bleach across the hair extensions. So yeah, I'm just trying to mix up a little bit more, and at the end of the day, if I use too much, that's fine. I'd rather mix up too much than not enough, you know? I also think I've misplaced my gloves. I don't know if I have them anymore. So I don't have any gloves, which you shouldn't ever do when you use bleach. Just saying, you shouldn't do that. I'm just gonna prep the area that I'm gonna be laying down the extensions on with just a bit of cling film, just so that I'm not like getting bleach absolutely everywhere. And taking off my rings because I don't wanna ruin them. I don't really care if I get right up to the root with the bleach, and to be fair, I don't think I want to, just in case it ruins the glue that's in here. But I still want to, you know, get enough bleach as possible. I'm hoping this works. I don't actually know if this will work, so we'll have to see. And you're not really going to be able to see what I'm doing here unless I can maybe focus it down, but I don't know how to do it without tipping my camera over. Yeah, okay, I'm going to move the camera down so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Okay, so this isn't like the most flattering angle for me, so just ignore the background, but you can at least see what I'm doing. So I've got my bleach in the sink, because that's just where I hold it all the time. And I'm just going to go through kind of 2 at a time with these, make sure I get right in there. These are quite thin extensions, so if I do like 1 by 1, like they're very, very thin, but together they make like a decent piece. So I'm just going to coat these in bleach, and hopefully that actually works. Again, you should be wearing gloves for this. I don't know where mine have gone. I thought I still had some pairs left, and apparently I do not, so. Just want to say here that I'm not a hairdresser. I haven't got a single qualification, so I might fuck this up, but it's going on my head, so I'm not too fussed. Okay, and now that I've just got bleach kind of coated all over it, I'm just going to run my fingers through, kind of like lather. I know bleach doesn't lather, but like kind of just push it around, get it all in. You want to put a lot of bleach on here as well. If you don't put enough on, it's just not gonna like coat everything. And these extensions have never been washed since I first ever put dye on them. So there's gonna be a lot of pigment that's able to come out of this. Weird, I've got blue coming out. Can you see there's some blue in here? I think I can actually already see colour coming out of this. So that's promising. Right, that's done. Next one. Honestly, just to get the bleach on there, I'm finding the best thing to do is to get like a load of bleach on the brush and then just run the hair over top of it. That's like the best method I've found so far for doing it. If you're actually like able to do it on the floor, do that. You can get a lot more coverage, but because I'm just doing these like a few at a time, it seems to be working. So much blue. Can you see the blue here? I have no idea where that's come from, but it's like on my fingers and everything. Okay, that's the last one done. I just want to remind you that this is not meant to be perfect. It's not meant to be perfectly saturated. I don't care too much about the coverage of this, so. Okay, so that's the like hair things there, just laying on some cling film. I'm just gonna wrap them up in cling film and then put them on top of my radiator, just so they can get a bit of heat, because the heating was just on. So I'm hoping that helped them process a little bit and get the pink out. And then I'm just gonna grab a mirror and then start on my actual roots. Okay, so I've got a mirror, say hello to my back. I just set that behind me. It's actually stood on top of a chair because my mirror isn't tall enough. So I've got my mirror. I've lightly brushed my hair just along the ends. If you brush your hair at your scalp just before you're about to bleach it, you're gonna like tug at your like hair follicles and like cause abrasion to your scalp. So you don't want to do that. You just want to like lightly brush on the ends of your hair to reduce irritation to your scalp. So fun fact of the day. Yeah, I'm just gonna go through and bleach my roots. I don't really have a system on how I do this. And usually for my side shave, to be honest, I usually just shove bleach all the way through this. But I'm gonna try and stick to my roots as much as possible. But yeah, I'm just gonna whack on some music, speed this up. This video is more about the tape-ins than this process, so, oh, excuse me. So I'm not gonna be talking too much about this. Just kind of sitting back and watch the process, I guess. But yeah, I'm just gonna pop some music on and get that started. Okay, so the bleachers are all on, and actually, this are the extensions. Wow, can you see how blonde these are, especially like here? So that's definitely worked, and like the heat of the radiator isn't even on. The radiator was turned off like a little while ago, and the heat has like made this really bubble up. So I'm probably gonna wash these out now, and I'm gonna leave my actual roots in. I mean, they were looking pretty bright already. So I've got blue in here again. That's a bit more understandable, but random. Don't understand it. Yeah, I'm gonna leave like my actual roots in for, I don't know, 20 minutes and wash these out in just a second as well, because they're I don't want them to get any lighter, to be honest. Okay, so I'm just gonna rinse out my little hair sausage here and see how that goes. I'm just gonna like lay them out at first on a towel and then I'll like dry them properly later on. I'm quite surprised at how well these are developed though, to be honest. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna rinse them out. I don't think I'm gonna wash them, I'm just gonna rinse them. I don't think they need washing. Okay, these are exactly the same colour now as they were when I bought them. These were cheap ones from Amazon, so like there are like dark hairs in here, but that's like fine, it doesn't matter. But yeah, these are like as blonde as when they were when I first ever bought them. Okay, so that's all the extensions there. You can tell obviously there's a lot of pink roots on it, but I really don't care about that. And plus, to be fair, when I dyed these pink the first time, like these are the bits underneath the tape, so you've got like the actual sticky bit here. Can you focus please, camera? Camera's focusing on the floor. Yeah, so you can see the tapes under here, like that's the actual sticky side. And then this side is the same colour as this, like, and that was after I dyed them pink. I did put the dye all over this, but this bit didn't get stained at all. And that was my main concern about them last time as well, was that that would be too noticeable, but honestly it wasn't that bad. But I only did have like 2 of these in at that point. Yeah, I'm thinking some of these might be a little bit frazzled, but I think that's partially because these are very, very cheap. Like you can see down here the ends are like non-existent, like they're very, very thin. But I'm not thinking that's going to be an issue because of the fact that I'm going to be trimming them anyway. A lot of them are going to be sitting quite far down my head, so they're going to get like trimmed anyway. So I'm probably going to cut off most of these scraggly ends regardless. And the roots I don't care because I'm going to be hiding them and putting a dark dye on top of this, so that shouldn't be an issue. And plus, let's be honest, when is my hair ever consistently coloured anyway? So yeah, I'm going to leave these to dry. I'm going to wrap these up in the towel and let the towel kind of like soak them all up, and if I need to later on I will blow dry them. I probably will need to be fair. But yeah, I'm going to blow dry them later on as well, and then I'll get to dyeing them when I'm also dyeing my hair. Okay, so a few things have changed since yesterday. It's a bit of a change of plan. So obviously my blue right now is a lot lighter and my hair is looking quite dry on this side in particular, because I've actually decided to try and get as much of the blue out as possible and just go back to as close to full pink as possible. Now, if you remember the last time I tried going from blue to pink, it went purple, so I'm expecting that to happen again. This seems a little bit lighter than it was last time, but I don't have much hopes. So I've bleached my roots. They're pretty like even all the way around. It's really hard to see with this lighting, but yeah, I've bleached my roots. The back of it looks pretty funky, not gonna lie. Like, how cool does the back of this look? But yeah, I'm gonna just be trying to put as much pink in my hair as possible. Because of the fact I've got so little like dye for the black and the blue bit, that I'm a little bit worried that I'm not gonna have enough dye to like do my full heads as well as the extensions. So I have like a tub and a half of the directions in Cerise, and I also have got a little bit of that in Plum as well, which is like a deep purple shade. So I'm thinking if I mix these together with the Plum shade, and then when I'm dyeing the extensions, I'm gonna put a little bit of blue into it, just like a tiny little drop of the blue dye, like literally tiny bit, just because this side will have blue undertones, whereas the extensions are the same colour as my roots. So I'm gonna do that just to keep them kind of close to the same colour as possible. I'm hoping that will work. I should really do that for my roots, but honestly I don't care too much about my own roots. That's too much effort. I'm just gonna do that for the extensions, and hopefully they kind of match in some way regardless. So I'm just gonna mix up the dyes, I'm gonna pop on some music, and I'm just gonna get on with it really, and get all of that sorted. Okay, so I just want to apologise right now for this. Like I said, I don't have any gloves and no one is upset as much as I am about this situation. I will try and get this off. I have got a few hacks to try and get dye off, but I didn't think it was going to look like I literally have pink hands. Like, obviously, yeah, but I think the camera as well makes it look a lot worse than it actually is. Like, all of this here looks completely pink. In real life, it doesn't. Like, this little spot on my forehead is hardly there in real life as well, but on the camera it looks very bright. I have an issue. I've only got, like, you won't even be able to see, but I've only got literally a tiny amount of dye left. So I don't know how much I'm actually going to be able to dye the extensions. There isn't a lot of hair, so I'm hoping it should be okay, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to add just the tiniest splodge of Midnight Blue, like literally the smallest amount I'm going to add in, like teeny tiny drop, just to give it a bit more of a blue tinge, like I said I was going to do. And then I'm going to try and hunt around for some more conditioner. I don't know if I have got any left anywhere else at all. No, I don't think I've got any conditioner left at all, so that might be an issue. Like, I'm literally just getting like a Q-tip of the blue and I'm just like putting a little bit of that in, and I'm not even going to put all of it in, I'm just like lightly mixing it. I have got a hair mask from a Glossybox box, so I'm going to go and grab that and mix some of that in. Alright, so I've just got this from my Glossybox, I'm just going to add in some of that. Hopefully that should give me enough dye to do everything. I'm just worried that this is going to turn out a little bit lighter, but I'm hoping because of the blue in there, it's going to counteract like how much lighter it gets from the conditioner, if you know what I mean. That looks okay. You really can't tell much, but I can tell. I think that looks okay. And it smells really nice now because of that argan oil stuff. Right, I'm going to set up a station on the floor to dye the extensions, and then I'll bring you down with me. Okay, so that's the dye completely in my hair, and that's all of the hair extensions painted and done. I literally have not a drop of dye left, like literally have none. I was almost to the point for the last piece of hair where I was gonna like rub it inside the bowl to try and get as much dye out as possible. So that one might come out quite patchy. I also noticed that on one of the extensions as well, the tape was like partially peeled off. So that might not even be able to be used anymore because of the stickiness might be completely gone. So if I can't use that one, then I'll just like not use the one that I was gonna come out quite patchy, and that way I've got 4 extensions instead of 5. I have noticed, I think I've missed a bit of pink on the inside of my side chain. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, like in here somewhere. I think I maybe missed that, so I'm going to quickly rub all of that in again and then try and get as much of this pink off my hands as possible. And I think I'm just going to leave this in for a couple of hours maybe. It's currently 10 to 6, so I'll maybe leave this in until about 7 o'clock, wash it out, and I'm not going to do the extensions today. I'm going to do that tomorrow instead, because the last time I tried doing this, I tried doing it all in like basically one night, and the tapes hadn't like dried properly, so they weren't sticking into my hair, so they really do need to dry for quite a while before you can try and put them in. So I'm not going to do that tonight. I'm literally just gonna do that, leave them in a towel overnight once I've rinsed them out and stuff. I'm just going to rinse them out the same way as I rinsed out the bleach, so just in the sink. I'm just going to like swish it around. I don't think I'll need to actually wash them, but I might maybe just have like a little bit of shampoo in with the water to try and like mix it out. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do yet, but first step is trying to get all of this off my hands. And it's weird because it's like flaking off like in the joints here. So I'm going to try a bit of like exfoliant, like face exfoliant. That usually helps. And another tip that I do sometimes use, but you shouldn't, or you should do it very carefully, is actually put some cream peroxide on your hands for a couple of minutes. But that can give you really, really dry skin, and it does give you dry skin. And obviously it's not safe, it's like chemicals and stuff, so if you are going to do that, do at your own discretion. I don't recommend it, it's just like when it's this bad, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to get off with just like hand soap and like exfoliant, so I'm not recommending it, but it is something that you can do. Again, not recommending it, but yeah, so I'm going to leave this on for about an hour-ish and then wash it all out, and I'll be back with you tomorrow showing how I'm putting these extensions in, or trying to put them in, if they even do go in the first place. So tune in for that. Okay, so this is how my hair turned out. It's like this really nice purpley, pinky kind of colour. I'm hoping it fades a lot more to pink, because obviously I did put a bit of purple in here to kind of counteract the blue. And honestly, I think the two colours, I don't think you can tell a difference between the two sides anymore, which is great. It's exactly what I wanted. The roots are a little bit more pink than the rest of my hair, but again, that's understandable. But yeah, I do really like it. One issue though, or technically two issues, I realised after I dyed the hair extensions that I actually missed one, which is probably not a bad thing anyway, because I had no dye left anyway, so this would never have been dyed. But it's a shame, because I wish I did this extension over the one where the tape had started peeling off. Another issue is that these are too light. They're also quite patchy. I don't know how well you'll be able to see, but when they're all grouped together like this, they look better, but they are quite patchy because obviously I ran out of dye. And you can tell on camera that these are quite a bit lighter than the rest of my hair right now, which is obviously an issue, because if I was to put these into my side shave right now, it would just look kind of dumb. So I have an issue there. I don't have any more dye. The only dye that I do have is the plum dye, which I added to make it more purpley. So what I'm thinking about trying is, you know that technique that some people do, which I've always kind of thought was a bit of a waste, but they put like dye into like a tub of water and then like dip the hair in, and that kind of like dyes it. I'm gonna try that out because I need to do something about this. I can't, like, I want to get rid of my side shave so much. I want to try and hide it. Like, I mean, it is quite long, it's covering my ear now, but I want to get rid of it and hide it as much as possible, so I don't always have to have my hair tucked behind my ear, because I don't know, I'm sick of that style, and I just want to look like I've got normal hair again. So I want to do something about this. So I'm thinking about just trying that and seeing how that goes. So I'm probably going to have to move you off of this tub and put another tub beneath you. I think I'm a little bit lower in frame now, so I'm just going to like fill up an empty bleach tub. Okay, so I've just emptied this out and rinsed out as well. I'm going to fill it up with warm water. I think it needs to be like hot to warm water to actually do this properly. So I'm going to fill it up with like hot to warm water just from the tap. Okay, so that's just full of like hot water. I don't know if you'll even be able to see the steam, but it is. And I'm just going to take some of the dye. I don't actually know how much I should use, because I don't want it to like fully dye them this colour. I just want to put like a cast over top, if you know what I mean. So I'm just like, how much do I need to put in? I'm going to try just like a fairly big dollop at first. In my mind, I'd rather they be a bit darker, because that way like I can at least like wash them again and try and get some of the colour out, do you know what I mean? I'd rather them not be too light again. Okay, so I don't even know how much I added, maybe like half a teaspoon or something like that, I'm not sure. I'm gonna test it out actually on the blonde extension first. It's probably a good thing I did like have an extension left out. I just want to see how dark that makes it. Right, so that's how dark that's made that. That almost matches the extensions as it is. But obviously once it's like washed out and stuff, that would change. I've also just got lumps of dye in here, so I'm going to need to mix this a bit better in here. But yeah, I think I maybe might have put too much dye in that, because again, I don't want them to come out too dark, but then my hair is quite dark right now. Does that even like match my hair? That's pretty close to matching my hair, to be honest. As well as that, like I don't want these to come out patchy, like even more patchy than what they already are. So I'm just going to dunk these in, I don't know, and just wait and see, I guess. I also don't know how long it is like best to leave this for when you do this. So I'm gonna maybe leave it for like, I don't know, an hour or something. Because already I just dunked them in once and that's looking a lot better of a colour. So yeah, I'm probably gonna leave them for about an hour-ish, let them properly soak in. I don't care if the root bit gets as dark, like I really don't care about that. Like I think I've made it kind of clear that I'm not fussed about the roots because of the fact that they're like partially pink, partially blonde, like I don't care about the roots. But as long as like the main lengths of them are the right colour, then that's all I kind of ask for, you know? So see, like now, if I bring this up, this is a lot closer. I don't really know if it's gonna keep getting darker or if it's gonna wash completely out when I rinse this colour out altogether. But that water's coming out quite clear, which is quite strange. And I'm gonna put that blonde extension in there as well, just so I can try and actually get something sorted with that, you know? Okay, so I put the lid on and the extensions are like hanging out there. I'm gonna leave this like in sync, I think. I'm hoping that the lid doesn't pop off because that's what's holding the extensions in there properly. So I'm hoping that stays fine. And I'm probably gonna leave them, I might leave them for half an hour because I think an hour might be too long. Just based on like how much they've taken on the colour already. So I don't want to like get them too dark, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna leave them about half an hour and see what happens with that then. And hopefully they match my hair a lot better and hopefully they're not like ridiculously too dark. Like I said, I could deal with them being a bit too dark because at least I can kind of wash that out, but having them too light is just a no-go. So fingers crossed this actually works. Hello, so I think it's probably been about a week since I last filmed anything. So the last thing I think you saw was me like dip dyeing the like extensions in like the water with a bit of dye in it because they were too light. They actually came out extremely purple. I said I was only going to leave them in for about half an hour and I left them for about an hour and a half by accident. I just completely forgot that they were in there. So they came out pretty purple. So this is them now. You can see like how quite bluish purple they are, especially in this light, you can see that. I actually don't even know which one of these was the one that was like the blonde one. They all are like the same consistent colour, so doing that really put a lot of pigment in. And this is actually the extensions 3 times, like washing them 3 times. So I've tried washing this purple out 3 times. There are still some bits that are like very, very blue, some bits that are more pink. My hair also, I think you might, I don't know if you, did you see what colour my hair was before? I think you might have. It was more of like a plum, like a deep purpley, almost reddish purple kind of plum colour. And now it is pretty much just like a pink and a purple because I've actually dyed my hair 3 times since the last clip. So in the last week or so I've dyed my hair 3 times because I've been trying to match my hair to these extensions because they were very, very purple. Like they were almost like a true purple, whereas my hair is not. So if I step back into the light more, you can see like how pink this actually is. So I've got them to like a bit where I'm kind of happy with them. Obviously this is still very blue, but it's like not as bad as what it was. Like my hair was pretty much a true pink, and then these were like a true bluish purple. So I've got them to the point where I'm happy to put them into my hair after 3 times washing them and 3 times dyeing my hair. I only did the ends purple, like I put purple dye on the ends to try and do like a purple dip dye, and yeah, it just hasn't really worked out that well. But I'm thinking, because these are going to be mostly quite low down, so they're slightly longer than my actual hair, if I trim off the bottoms, which are the most purpley bit, which I'm planning on doing anyway, hopefully it shouldn't be too bad because like some of the extensions are quite pink and some of them are quite purple, it just depends. So I think if I strategically place them, they should be okay. The tape for this one is like coming right off. Yeah, that's just come off. That's still kind of sticky though, so I might still be able to use that. So yeah, I should still be able to use these. They should still be fine just to put in here because at the end of the day, I'm not too fussed. If you don't know how to put in tape-ins, essentially, let me just like push my hair back. So essentially you get 1 strip of the hair, you use 2 all together. So 2 separate ones. Oh, the tape's come off on this one too. Great. Fabulous. Let's try not to touch that as much. Some of these probably aren't going to survive long because of the fact some of these are missing like the tape protector thing. So essentially you get 1. This one's coming off too, for fuck's sake. You put it on, you lift up a really thin section of hair and you put it underneath and you sandwich them together. Some people take the sections like first, they get like very, very thin sections, they put it underneath and then match up the top. But I've seen a lot of people do it the easier way, where you kind of put the tape on, press lightly, and then carefully lift up that hair, and then you just kind of have to connect it that way, because it can be very fiddly, lifting up a thin section, getting the tape like there and held, and then trying to find it and connect it and stuff. So yeah, it can be quite fiddly. So I'm not looking forward to that. The last time I tried doing this, it took me forever and I only put like 3 in, so this is going to be a wild ride. But yeah, you can see how long my side shave has gotten. It's pretty long. It goes over my ears now, so I don't think I need to have it too high up. I think I'm maybe going to have them like kind of ear height, so maybe about here. I think that should be okay, and that way they're a little bit longer than my natural hair, and I can cut off the scraggly ends, and that should be fine. And I think as well I'm going to cut some of them in half, so like in half that way, and I'm just going to like sandwich one piece together and maybe do that like kind of under here, like close to my face, and maybe put one up here. I'm not too sure exactly where I'm putting them. I'm definitely putting one down the back because this part just looks very thin and you can see like all down here. So I'm definitely going to put one like quite low down, maybe like kind of this level, and once I get them all in, then I'm going to cut them. I'm not going to cut them and then put them in, because what if I put them in the wrong place and all of that stuff. So I don't think this is going to work out very well because of the fact that tape has come off so many of them, but we'll just need to see, won't we? So, and plus sectioning this hair is going to be a pain in the ass because it's so short. I've also missed like a little bit of my hair there, which is grand. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. I've missed like a tiny little patch, but who cares? No one actually cares. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to like pre-section some bits out and just like clip them in place out of the way. So I'm not going to put any above this line, like that should be enough. God, that bit is terrible. Yeah, I'm not going to put any above that line, so that's where they're all going to stay, like below. I think I'm going to put the half one about here, and then I'm going to start putting a full one back here maybe, and then another full one back here, and then we'll see how we go. I'm not going to use all the extensions because if some of them fall out, obviously like I want to be able to replace them and stuff like that. And plus I don't think I need them all. I think that'll just look a little bit odd. So I'm just going to like figure this out, and this isn't a tutorial on how to do it. Like if you want a full in-depth tutorial, you're better off finding someone else. Like I just know the basics, that you kind of like sandwich them together. Some people have like actual professionals have like a little heating tool thing, and it kind of like presses them together and like remelts the glue and like re-sticks them like really hard in there. You can use straighteners for that, but that's scary to me, going so close to the root with a straightener, so I don't particularly want to do that. But yeah, I'm just going to speed this bit up. You know, just get on with it, and we'll see how this goes. Hopefully it goes okay. Okay, I've tried using 2, 3, 4, about 8 different tape-ins, and I think that either just because they're old, they've been washed like collectively since I first ever got them. They've maybe been washed like I don't know, 7 times total. I think they're just not sticky anymore, and they're not able to be used. So in order to use them, I'll need to buy more tape-in sticky tape things. You can buy like I want to say refills, but like replacement tapes. So I think in order to use these, I'm going to need to use or buy more tapes and actually replace them, which is really annoying because by the time they arrive, I likely will have washed my hair again, so the colour won't be the same again. And I'm just kind of at this point thinking, is there any point in me putting these tape-ins in? And also, like, I don't know how long they'll take to arrive. Depends on where I order them from and things like that, because I don't really have a lot of money right now to be buying tapes for tape-ins, or I could even just buy brand new tape-ins and just, I don't know, re-dye them, buy more dye and things like that, but I don't have the money for that right now. So I don't know how long it's going to be, and I just want to get this video out. I've filmed so much for it, there's so many like hours of footage. I just want to get it up. So I think I'm gonna have to call this a fail video, but here's my new hair. Like that's the thing as well, like I don't want to say, like, I don't want to leave this video even longer and then have other videos go up with this new hair and not have a reason as to like not have a video up as to how I've changed my hair and how I got it to this, because like I've gone from half blue, half pink to like half black, blue, whatever, half pink to this. So like people want to see how I did it, so, or like at least a reason why I've done it, or I don't know. I think when I talk about my hair a lot, people want to know why and how things have happened. So like I don't want to leave this out and put out videos with this hair for so long until I can finally actually finish this video. So I'm just going to call this a fail. This is a fail video, which I'm sorry, but it is. It's just, I don't want to wait any longer. Like I've been filming this since, well, it's the 21st of November right now, and I think I started filming this on the 11th of November, so it's been about 10 days total to get me to this, and I can't even use the tape-ins. So I'm just gonna have to order more tapes or more tape-ins altogether, and hopefully finally get, you know, these into my head and try and hide my side shape, because like it doesn't look bad. I don't mind it. Like you can see my stretch. Like I don't mind having my hair tucked behind my ears all the time, but it's also just like I don't like this look and I don't like this look, and I want to hide it so bad and I can't. Like maybe I can get clip-ins, but I'm not going to be bothered to put clip-ins in, and I don't know. This is a fail. I'm sorry. But that's just how it is. So at least you know why my hair has changed colours and kind of how I got here. And I know I skipped out on the bleaching of the blue, like the full bleaching of it, but all I did was put the same bleach in it than what I did before. So like at least you've seen that, and when I eventually do actually finish the tape-ins and put them in, like you can just go back to this to see how I dyed them and stuff like that. But the actual like putting tape-ins in, maybe I can make it like a chatty putting in tape-ins video, I don't know, because it's not going to be very long, I don't think, and I'm just a little bit like, fuck. But yeah, so this is my hair. No tape-ins. It's a fail. All of my tape-ins are right here and I can't even use them, so I guess I can work on getting the colour closer now. Maybe every time I wash my hair I'll maybe wash these as well, just so that they're staying the same-ish colour. But then like by that time, what if I need to just completely re-dye my hair? I don't know. And it's annoying because I really liked the colour that my hair was at before I put the purple in it as well. Like I really liked the kind of plummy, pinky purple sort of vibe, and now I don't even have that. So I don't know, we're gonna need to see how things go, and yeah, I'll just try this again when I actually can put these things in, because like even now the tapes are just falling off, like the little stickers are falling off, and what a fail. So yeah, sorry for the anticlimactic end there, but go back and focus, thanks. But yeah, hopefully I can, I don't know, finish this video at some point by the end of the year, you know. But yeah, so that is from me. Here is today's shout out. Sorry for being shouted out on such a shit video. Yeah, I don't know. what do I say? Like, I can't even say like if you like this video because nothing happened. Like, please just like leave a comment laughing at me or something. Like, just roast me in the comments today, because let's be honest, I'm kind of roasting myself. And like, I can't even say like this video if you liked it because nothing fucking happened. So if you want to like it just because, go ahead, roast me in the comments. Yeah, I actually have an announcement as well, not YouTube related, like, but it's like content related. I actually got approved, like I finally hit the requirements and got approved as an affiliate with Twitch this week. I think I hit that on Thursday morning. So if you don't know what that means, it basically means that like I can now get subscribers and like I can provide emotes and things like that. So I finally got affiliated with Twitch. It took me a couple of weeks to get there, but I cried when it happened. So yeah, I am finally affiliated on that, and I have actually got emotes and sub badges and stuff already drawn up, all drawn by myself. My current Twitch schedule is Wednesdays and Sundays, a bit like YouTube, and that's 9:30 PM UK time. So I'll put like a list of like other time zones. Actually, I'll put it there because it's on plain backgrounds. So if you're from any of these time zones, like it's that time. But yeah, so I'll be live after this video is up. So technically tonight at 9:30, if you want to come and have a look and see what I do. I stream Dead by Daylight, just kind of my thing. It's the game I'm really into at the moment. But yeah, so if you want to come along and maybe see the new emote that I've got, I just love it. I absolutely love it. So yeah, my Twitch is always in my description box, so is my Instagram, so is my Twitter, so is my Vinted as well. I haven't plugged my Vinted for a while. My Vinted's down there, so if you're looking for like secondhand clothing, you're like anywhere between an 8 and like a 14 in clothing, go check that out because I have a few things on for sale. Also, I have the giveaway that's going to be announced on Wednesday. The winner's going to be announced, and that's going to be on my Twitter and on my Instagram. No, not even my Twitter. Not my Twitter. Who cares? No one, you didn't even have to enter on Twitter. Ignore that. So if you want to like participate in the giveaway, go ahead and watch my last video. I linked that in the clickable I button up here. And you know, do everything you need to do to enter. You get like a box of like makeup stuff, which is worth £85+. And it is international as well, so if you want to go ahead and enter that, just go ahead and watch the video, see how to enter, and then obviously enter, and that gets drawn and announced on Wednesday. So Wednesday the 25th of November. So go ahead and check that out as well. And yeah, I think that's all for today. So if you want to stick around to see my journey on YouTube, maybe see me finally put these hair extensions in, go ahead and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!